Today is a sobering anniversary. It is 5 months since those horrific Hamas terrorist attacks in southern Israel in the early morning of October the 7th. And a warning, of course, even talking about this and showing you some of the pictures can be distressing. More than 1,000 people were killed that day, of course. They were mown down by gunfire at a music festival. Teenage girls and young men were shot at point-blank range, while others were ambushed as they fled in their cars. In nearby kibbutzes, sentries were murdered before terrorists went house by house, slaughtering families and burning down houses where families sought refuge in safe rooms. Others were shot and killed in the streets, mutilated, and their bodies defiled. We can only show you the least disturbing footage of these atrocities. I've seen the murders on videotape and the aftermath, and I've seen the families traumatised, taunted and kidnapped. It is unspeakable stuff. 1,200 people were killed and 253 hostages were taken. The hostages taken, including young women like Noah Agamani, taken from the music festival, as well as elderly couples and even mothers like Shiri Bibas with her babies Ariel and Kafur. 112 hostages have been freed. Others were killed either as or soon after they were taken. But Israel believes some of the remaining hostages have been killed, but it is believed that up to 101 hostages could still be alive, held in Gaza. They've been captive now for 5 months. That's 22 weeks or 152 days. And even the United Nations has finally seen fit to recognise what's been happening to them. It's investigated and confirmed the claims of rape and torture of Israeli hostages. The UN cites convincing information that the hostages in Gaza have been subjected to sexual violence, including rape and sexualised torture. And they say there are grounds to suspect that this is still happening. You don't say. I've got to say, every time I see a political leader demanding an immediate ceasefire, US Vice President Kamala Harris is just the latest, I find myself struggling to understand what it is that prevents them from first focusing on these hostages. We must never forget these hostages. And every world leader should be demanding their immediate release unconditionally. And they should make that call every day as the first step in ending this war. Instead, their actions and words seem to accept as legitimate this grotesque game played by Hamas, where they're prepared to use these innocent, traumatised lives as bargaining chips in their terrorist dealings. Every life lost in the past 5 months, every Israeli life and every Palestinian life is on the heads of the Hamas terrorists.